This is the Louis T. Network.
The Redskins Report.
Welcome, all my fellow Redskin brethren and sisterin. I am your man and resident Redskins fan, Lou. Thank you for joining me here on the Redskins Report. Just want to come talk to you quickly. This is part 2 of the Redskins Report, week number 13 in the National Football League. I'm not going to break down the Giants game again. I'm just about all broken down in terms of breaking down games. When you get efforts like you got on Monday night, like you got last week against the Eagles, it's really no point. It's a moot point now to break down games and talk about what we need to do to win or lose. I mean, if they go out and get it done, great. If they don't, it's what you expect at this point. I'm more here to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart and probably near and dear to all of your hearts as well. And of course, I'm talking about my man, your man, our man, Sean Taylor. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is the 6th year anniversary of his death. And I honestly felt like he was going to be a Hall of Fame player. The man was one of the greatest talents I've ever seen at the safety position. And the things he could do on a football field, just extraordinary. I mean, he was a one-of-a-kind athlete. You won't get that in a package again, I don't think. 6'2", 200, and 30, 220 pounds. Could run a 4.4 40, could leap with the best of them. I remember him going up and climbing up the ladder and picking off a pass from Randy Moss. I mean, he could play center field. You could just single high safety, he could cover the whole field. And he could come in the box and be a force there as well. I thought him and LaRon Landry were going to make for the best safety tandem in the league for years to come, and we were all robbed of that. His daughter was robbed of a father. His mother and father were both robbed of a son, and we were all robbed of a Hall of Fame player. And it's a shame. It's really a shame that his life was cut so short, and he was starting to get it, not only as a football player, but as a man. His life was turning around. He had a daughter that was just born, and he was about to get married, and his life was on the up and up, and it was taken from him senselessly and tragically. And so every year, this is the Sean Taylor game for me. And if you've been watching me, I've been on YouTube now for a little over a year. And if you've been watching me since I've come on, I do this every year. This is the Sean Taylor game. I don't ask the Redskins for much. I'm a fan that loves my team dearly, and I'm devoted to the Redskins each and every single week, whether we're 14-1 or we're 1-14. I'm devoted to the Skins each and every single week. But every year, I only ask the Redskins to win on 3 occasions. Of course, both Dallas games and the Sean Taylor week. This Sean Taylor game for me is huge. I want it. I want it in the worst way. The last time I almost cried was when Joe Gibbs botched the first ever Sean Taylor game against Buffalo when he called the 2 timeouts back to back, and they flagged us for unsportsmanlike conduct, sent the Buffalo Bills up 15 yards, and they were able to knock that field goal home and beat us 17-16 in the first ever Sean Taylor game. That one stung. That one hurt me and shook me to my core. That one still resonates with me to this day. So these Sean Taylor games mean a lot to me. And again, I can't speak for anyone else out there, but for me, these Sean Taylor games hold a lot of weight with me. And right now, the Redskins are 2-4 in the Sean Taylor games. And so I want to see us get this W and go to 3-4 for my man Sean. And the Giants have been the opponent that we've played the most in these Sean Taylor games. We've played 6 of them. We've played the Giants twice. This will be the 3rd time we've played the Giants during the Sean Taylor games, essentially since his death. And we're 1-1. Giants beat us, I want to say in 2008. It beat us up 23-7. And of course, last year we got them during the Sean Taylor game on Monday Night Football, 17-16. So I really would like to get the Giants again at home for my man Sean. Just like the owner of the Broncos said, Pat Bowlen said when they won the Super Bowl for John Elway, this one's for John. I always say, this one's for Sean. And I want this one bad. And so it'd be nice. I don't ask for much. Again, I'm not a guy that asks the Redskins for a lot. I'm a devoted fan, and whatever I get on Sunday, I take it. And I'm hoping that we can get this one. I want this one bad. I always want the Sean Taylor game bad. So, that's all I really had for you on part 2 of this, is that I want to beat the Giants. And not just because I want to get a win and snap this losing streak and, kind of quiet the detractors out there. Not because of just that, but, I just want this one for Sean. I want this one for Sean. And every year I make sure that his death isn't in vain and that his memory and legacy continues to live on. And so I'll do my part to continue to make sure that the Sean Taylor flame burns as bright as it always has in Washington. And his flame will eternally burn bright. And so if you got one, I don't know about you out there, I don't know if you do or not, but if you've got one, go ahead and throw it up. This one's for Sean. Let's go out and get it. I am a Redskins fan, etched in burgundy and gold. My Redskins spirit will never die. My Redskins spirit will never fold. Until we meet again, hail to the Redskins. This one's for Sean. Go get 'em, fellas. For Sean.
The Redskins Report.